Hello students, good morning all. Today what we are going to learn in our particular subject, the product and brand management, is about the brand elements. So brand names, URLs, logos, symbols, characters, spokespeople, slogans, jingles, packages, signages, all these things are considered as the brand elements. So this is one of these are the what we can say different names that suggest the brand elements. So brand elements are devices which can be trademarked that identify and differentiate the brand. So we can differentiate between the different brand on the basis of the elements. Most strong brands employs the multiple brand elements, so we have also recognized that there are many brands who have multiple brand elements. Means it has a logo, it has a character, it has a slogan, it has a jingle, it has a spokesperson, like this. So Nike has the distinctive Swiss logo. So as we know that so far as the Nike brand is concerned, Swiss logo, it means the we have seen the right mark like this. So that empowers the just do it slogan, and the empowering the just do it slogan. Also we see that in the Nike logos there is a Swiss logo, and also uh, what we can say particularly just do it is the slogan that empowers just do it. And the Nike's name are from the Greek winged goddess of victory. The Nike name is of what we can say goddess of victory. Name of one of the goddess of victory, like this. So by this way, Nike brand is known through its brand elements, and that is why it is very much important for us to learn about the brand elements, because through brand elements the customers can recognize the brand easily, they can able to recall the brand easily, and accordingly they can able to make the final decisions about the particular branded products, whether to buy or not to buy, like this. Then next is these are the next which we are going to discuss is about the brand element choice criteria. It means that at the time of choosing the brand elements, which criteria we should keep in our mind. Generally, there are six criteria, and three are considered as the brand builders, and three are considered as the brand defensive. So marketers must select the brand elements that allow for brand building. To do so, brand elements should be memorable, meaningful, and likable. If our brand elements are memorable, if they are meaningful and likable, then we can able to build the brand. And the brand elements must also be defendable, that help leverage and preserves the brand equity against challenges. It means that our brand elements should be defendable. It should be transferable, adaptable, or protectable, because we can able to make this uh, way that we can able to leverage and preserve the brand equity against our challenges. To do so, marketers must ensure that brand elements are also transferable, adaptable, and protectable. So we have seen over here the six different criteria at the time we are required to keep in mind at the time of selecting or choosing at the time of choosing the brand elements. Three are related to the brand builders, and another three are related to the brand defensive. Now let us going to discuss about each one by one. So this, as we have discussed, that memorability, meaningfulness, and likability are the three elements which are used by the offensive strategy for marketers offensive strategy and build brand equity. They can able to build the brand equity. Another three, transferability, adaptability, and the protectability, plays a defensive role for leveraging and meaningful brand equity. So let us discuss about each one by one. First one is memorability. So it should be memorable. It means that it should be easily recalled. When any customers want to get recall about the brand name, then it should be easily recalled. When it is recalled, when it is memorable, means easy to remember. Brand elements should inherently be memorable and attention getting, and therefore facilitate recall uh, recognition, like this, recall or recognition. So if brand elements are memorable, means easily remembered, then we can able to recall it and recognize it whenever it is required, like this. As a consumers can able to recall and recognize only those brand elements which are easy to remember. So memorable means easily recognized or recalled. Any image or logo that is unforgettable will easily remain in the minds of the consumers. It should be such that it can be promptly recalled by the consumers. So here we have seen the example of apple. Apple is a fruit, as we know very well, and it is known by all the members, particularly all people who are living, however, at the different countries, that this is a logo of a fruit, well-known fruit, that is apple. And one bite here it is suggest is related to the what we can say particularly uh, BYTE byte is a what we can say in our uh, uh, particularly we can say internet or network, and particularly in our IT field, so far as the computer is concerned, use of computer is concerned. So it's byte means BYT. Here particularly Apple with a Apple logo is there, but with a byte. One byte shows over here that it is related with the IT sector. Particularly we can say Apple brand is related with the IT sector. So by this way it is easily remembered by the organize by the customers, by the consumers. Then they can able to recall it and recognize it easily. And that is why Apple is, as we know, that a very well-known brand, and easily recalled by anyone. The next is meaningful. So second criteria we are going to discuss is meaningful. It means that our brand elements should have some meaning. Brand elements may take on all kinds of meaning with either descriptive or persuasive content. So either it should be descriptive or persuasive. Means either that it describes something, or it makes compulsion for the message receiver, particularly we can say for our prospective consumers to pursue the content. Means to accept what is said by particular company in their through their brand elements like this. Two particularly important criteria are general informations about the nature of the product category, means we are required to provide the general information about the nature of the product category, and specific information about the particular attributes and benefits of the brand. The first dimension is an important determinant of brand awareness and salience. The second of brand image and positioning. So if any what we can say particularly whatever our brand name or brand element may be, but it should show the nature of the product category. It means that in which particular product category that particular brand products comes under. So it is very much important, particularly for the awareness and salient stage of the consumer, particularly CBBE model. The second of brand image and positioning. For that particularly, particular attributes and benefits should be highlighted, so that images come in, consumers can able to make the image that how that particular branded products is helpful to us like this. So it is called particularly we can say, so far as meaningful is concerned, it means that that brand element should be descriptive and persuasive. The brand element should have a meaning and be able to communicate general or specific information about the product. Here we see the example of Colgate Herbal. So it shows a healthcare brand of herbal products, shows green leaves and greenery as a symbol. So here we see that greenery as a symbol is there, and greenery is shown there, and it shows that our product is herbal one. So you cannot get any what we can say inside infection or any infection by using these products, and it is what we can say natural product like this. So this suggests something about the product ingredient, that it is herbal. Thus, it makes it easy to remember along with the nature and purpose of the brand. So it is become easy for any consumers to remember the Colgate as a herbal brand. Means Colgate uses the elements, uses the ingredient which is herbal one like this. So it shows the meaning. Here also we see that how it works, means how our particularly here we can say Colgate herbal toothpaste works, means before if we are not using, means before you have used, how the teeth shows like this, and after using particularly we can say particular brand Colgate is a herbal toothpaste or herbal ingredient in the toothpaste, so how it works. So we see very well, and we see here the natural element which are used in the Colgate toothpaste particularly. So top meaningful brands are Pizza Hut, Sri Lanka Telecom, Mobitel particularly, then Vedols, then particularly Lanka Tiles, Commercial Bank, Daily News. The next another element is likability. Another brand element which we are going to discuss is likability. Do consumers find the brand element aesthetically appealing? Means artically. It means that whether any brand elements looks what we can say artically well, or what we can say um, particularly we can say well to easy to recognize, and what we can say the brand element is shown artically, which is liked by anyone. So descriptive and persuasive elements reduce the burden on marketing communications to build awareness. So here we have taken the examples of three different brands, means Odell, Sunsilk, and McDonald's. As we saw that how McDonald's shows the M here in their logo, and Odell is particularly the name Odell is an Anglo-Saxon baby name. In Anglo-Saxon, the meaning of the name Odell is wealthy, means rich or well-to-do, like this. So these are what we can say. However, Sunsilk is also one of the another example that shows how it means how these different brands um, uh, uh, logos appeal aesthetically. Means how it is it is look, which is shows the artistic way to design the logo. So it is liked by anyone, like this. So likability means pleasant, fun, interesting, or rich in verbal and visual imagery. In any way, it should be interesting, whether it is in verbal form or visual form, imagery is concerned, and it should show form, then we can say it is liked by anyone. It is very important that the brand elements are liked by the consumers. They can be interesting and entertaining as well. Sometimes it is necessary to have our brand elements in entertaining. Brand elements can have images, colors, styles, and themes that are pleasing to the consumers. So we are required to use images, colors, styles, themes in our different what we can say brand elements that makes pleasant to the consumers. Here we also saw that how what we can say particularly this particular brand is liked by everyone. It shows particularly are trusted by mothers for over 100 years, and it shows that no naturally we know very well that no one should care the baby as his or her mother. So it shows that mother's choice is Johnson because she cares about her child, and that is why it is the best products. And here how the mother is concerned with her baby is shown, and that is why it is liked by what we can say decision maker. As we know very well that so far as the any so far as particular we can say any products related to the child is concerned, the selection is made by the by a mother, and by this way also it is liked by what we can say prospective customers, or what we can say particularly any person. Here we have also taken another example is of a Ufone, particularly a network available, mobile network available. So if you click on that particularly, you will find that in their advertisement it shows the fun that uh, it shows the fund in which particularly an attendant of his what we can say owner is asked to the attendant that he is required to take a gadda for him, because he is shifting from one place to another, and he is shifted from one place to another, and he asked to take or to buy a gadda from a market, but because of network is not available properly, which is used by uh, by his attendant, he understood Gadda instead of Gadda. So it shows fun, and at the end it is shown that if you are using U font, then such type of misunderstanding has not been happened. So by this way, it shows that what is the importance of network available, and if we are the what we can say brand that providing network available to you, and that is why indirectly we saw that your problem solution is our brand's product, and it in the funny way. So it is like it is also what we can say liked by anyone. The next fourth element is transferability. How useful is the brand element for line or category extensions? So our brand elements should be transferable to what we can say for our line extension, also for our category extension also. To what extent does the brand element add to the brand equity across geographical boundaries and market segments? So whatever brand elements we choose, it should be transferable. So far as the geographically boundary is also concerned, and so far as the market segment is also concerned, like this. So here we take the example of Campbell. The company name is based on one of the founders' name in the US, but it has no inherent meaning binding to a specific type of products. So this is what Campbell is the name of particular founder in the US, and it has no inherent meaning. Means there is no any special meaning of that Campbell, that it is not used for the another product line extension or what you can say another category extension. Therefore, it is appropriate for a large variety of the products in the category of the food. Just like the same as Coca-Cola. The next brand element is adaptability. The more adaptable and flexible the brand element, the easier it is to update it to changes in the consumer's values and opinions. For example, logos and characters can be given a new look or a new design to make them appear more modern and relevant. So any brand elements which we are used should be adaptable, means acceptable by the by the people or by the consumers, like this. So here we have taken the example of Google. As we know that Google has changed its way to how show the logo, and uh, each and every time it shows some meanings, or what we can say, it shows the importance of the day or importance of the person, and accordingly the logo is going to change mostly every day by the Google. So Google is up to that adaptation. The next is protectability. Marketers should choose the brand elements that can be legally protected internationally. So our brand elements should be protectable. It means that once we have choose a particular brand element, it should not be uh, chosen by any our competitors or others, because it is our identity, and they can get advantage by choosing this particular brand element. And so we need to take what we can say, we need to make legally protected to such different brand elements. Formally register chosen brand elements with the appropriate legal bodies. Then vigorously defend the trademarks from unauthorized competitive infringement. So to avoid from the any controversies arises, we are required to make legally protected to our different brand elements which we are used. Protectable legally or competitively or competitively. Then trademark, copyright, like this. The most important aspect is that the brand element like name, logo, character, etc. must be legally protected. They should be registered with the concerned governing bodies. We are required to make the register like the name, logo, and character, so that no any other what you can say company can able to use these at the brand elements of that particular company. So we are required to make uh, legally protected to all these things. The name, colors, packaging, etc. is easily copied. The brand can lose its uniqueness. So we should our brand elements should be protectable, so that we can able to get the advantage of what we can say our brand equity in the mind of the consumers. So these are all what we can say about the brand elements, and particularly what we can say um, criteria for choosing the brand elements. So we have discussed about the six different criteria. Three is concerned with the brand building, and another three is concerned with the brand defense. I think you have got it clear. Thank you all.